Hello everyone, another video today. I'm trying to sort out my water features outside. Unfortunately, big problem is I've bought 4 solar pumps, 2 of which are not working at all. This is what you get when you buy cheap Chinese crap. Took over 10 days to turn up, and when it finally turned up, they're as dead as a doornail. And let me show you. So guys, here I have 2 solar panels with 2 pumps, and I've put them in this jar of water. So you can see the pump there, that's the pump. Solar pump, BP 250, input DC 4.5 to 12 volt, 150 centimeter, 200 litres per hour, made in China. I've got another one here, which is solar pump, BP 200, input DC 4.5 to 10 volt, 200 litres per hour, made in China. So, it may be a bit windy, do apologise, but let me just show you. So, if I test that one, I'll just aim this towards the sun. As you can see, nothing, it's dead. And that's the solar panel. It looks quite nice, but it doesn't seem to do anything. This one seems a bit cheaper, but it seems to be about a little bit better. So we put that in, so we're going to test that one now. So I'll put the light on. As you can see, it's functioning a little bit. Look, there you go. You see that water there? There you go. So this little one is functioning. It looks a bit cheaper, but it's actually functioning. Right, I've just set up the pump, put the new one in, and we'll try the new solar panel. See if it works. Because the water's just sinking. Don't know what's going on. Let's just see if we can get this running, just for demonstration purposes. So I've got the solar panel, put the pump in there, see how it goes. Oh, that's interesting. Wow. So this is 200 litres per hour with these solar panels. Again, I'll put links in the description box if you want to look at the ones that have failed as well as these ones that are working. As you can see, it's working really nice. Hey guys, I thought I'd talk to you why this ain't working that well, because we've got rubber gaskets on each level, and we seem to have holes in each rubber gasket that's dropping water down into the reservoir area. I'm a little bit confused why you would do that, because the whole point of it is to flow down the channel into... Hi guys, so I thought I'd just do a bit of an unboxing of this icyant solar unit. So let's just open it up so you can see what's actually in the box. So what do you actually get? So you get some fountain heads and various attachments. You get your pump. That's what your pump looks like. It has a separate click-on thing with a little bit of a sponge, just to stop it getting blocked up, really. So that's your pump. You get a attachment that slots on the back of the solar panel, a spike to go in the ground, and obviously some plugs and screws to go in the wall, an attachment that will allow you to mount this on anything that you wish to mount it on, whether it be wood or a garden wall. And here's the solar panel in question. That's the solar panel. Nothing special about it. Obviously they've glued it on the back of the panel, and that's the solar panel unit. The company was icyant, where I got it from on Amazon. A little manual briefly telling you how it all works. You just open up the manual, and it shows you various options available where you can get bigger solar panels. This set me back off Amazon £17, so I just wanted to do a bit of an unboxing of what it looks like, the unit. So on this old water fountain we've got holes. I'm not sure why we've got holes in a water fountain, because obviously you'd expect this to flow into this unit here like that, but for whatever reason there seem to be holes. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a dab of silicone on there so it flows into the unit. So I'm a little bit confused why it's constructed like this. Nevertheless, let's do that, and we'll be able to get this running at some point. Now I think about it, there is one other possibility. There may have been at one point some lights shining here, and at some point they've been removed, because there is this connector here for lights, for LEDs here. Whether they work or not is anyone's guess. However, I think what we're going to do is we're going to put a dab of silicone there, then it's sealed, and then it'll flow into here, and then we'll put the solar unit like we've got on this waterfall and get that working, functioning properly as well. Right guys, just put a dab of silicone there, and there. So I'm just gonna spread it out around, just to give me a nice seal. Okay, like so. I think that's okay. Do the same here, just spread it out. And here, spread that out as well, just so it adheres to the whole area, just in case. Okay, what I might do is sprinkle a bit of sand on top, just to disguise that. So hopefully it'll be nice and sealed. So when I've got this stuff off my hands, I will endeavour to try and disguise it now. What I might do is put a bit of silicone around the circumference there, just to give it a bit of a proper decent seal, just in case. Right, I just scraped it out a bit, and then we'll put a bit of silicone on now. Right guys, I've just put a bit of silicone on there, and then I'll just smooth it out a little bit. Right, I've just smoothed it out. Now let me explain why I've not used some washing up liquid to smooth it out. Because it does weaken the structure underneath, and it doesn't bond as well. That's the nature of using washing up liquid. It's great for moulding silicone, but unfortunately it does weaken it a bit as well if it gets underneath it. So that's why I've avoided doing that. So I'm going to let that sort of semi-set for an hour, and then we'll put some bits and bobs on top of it just to disguise it. So silicone, that bit in, that bit in, that bit in, and that bit in, and then obviously it'll flow down there to the bottom. Hopefully won't leak as much. So that's how it looks at the moment. Let's give that a couple of hours to sort of semi-set, and then I'll look at it putting some bits of sand and a few pebbles on top just to disguise the silicone and make it less obvious. So just a little side note I thought I'd tell you about a problem I'm having. Dencroft garages were supposed to come and install a side door in my garage, and they have literally messed me about for months. Basically, let's just say I had to look for new employment, and you know, I wasn't able to get it installed at the time, but a couple of months ago I obviously went into the office and asked them if they wouldn't mind coming around and finishing the install. They've literally messed me about for weeks, told me they were going to come in the morning and then turned up in the afternoon. I want in obviously because I thought they weren't coming. They don't bother ringing you, and at this point I'm thinking of demanding my money back, because this is going to cost 800 quid, and it's been 2 weeks and I've heard nothing since. It's an absolute diabolical company, you know, and I looked at some reviews of the garage and there are a few people not happy with it, with the garage installation they've had. Anyway, just a little side note to tell you why there's no door in the garage, like I've said to a few people. I'm still waiting. They didn't turn up 2 weeks ago and they still aren't bothered to contact me. They don't seem to be that eager to ring customers and tell them what's going on. So if you're thinking about getting a garage, I'd say pretty much avoid Dencroft garages in Batley, in West Yorkshire, and think about going to another company. It might be better. But I just thought I'd explain why I've got no garage door there. So that's how I've disguised it, with a bit of creative stonery. Just a bit of gravel really. As you can see, naturalises it a little bit. And then what I think I'll do is I'll put some like larger stones at the top so we don't get the small stones falling into the actual pipe on the top. Right guys, it's taking a bit of shape now, a bit of disguisery, but we're getting there. So guys, I put some larger ones on the top of the smaller ones, and the water should pilker through and then down. Let me show you from this angle, the front. You won't be able to tell the difference. That you won't notice that there was any silicone there. As you can see, that's small is how it's looking at the moment. So hopefully that looks okay. So I've done a bit more disguising. Obviously you can see I've put some rocks around the LED and that bit of cable that was coming out of it there, and a bit more over here just to disguise a bit of a dark patch. I think it's where someone filled in some silicone at one point. They must have got a hole down there and filled it in. So when it's all dried off, it should be alright now, providing the solar panel thing works. Right guys, so it would appear that one of the pumps for some reason has come back to life. So I'm just showing you it functioning, which is only about 200 litres per hour. Not a lot, but enough just to show it working with solar power. So it's running off that at the moment in the sun. So it seems to be generating just enough power to function the actual waterfall. So as you can see, that's how it's functioning at the moment. But I'm out here testing these, and I must admit some of them are a bit hit and miss, because as you can see I've got the solar panel set up, and yet this one, it's dead, this one's dead, and this one's dead. Not too happy about them at the moment. If you're wondering which one's powering that, another one of these, because I got these from Amazon, hoping they would work fine, but yeah, a bit disappointed that these solar panels here that are connected up to these not doing anything, it's dead. Right guys, I thought I'd show you this other unit I got off eBay as well. So basically it's a similar sort of setup. You've got your pike, your long bit that goes onto the solar panel. This is the solar panel. I won't lift it up because it'll set it off. This one comes in like a box unit, like a filter system. So basically you've got a bit of a sponge there, you've got a small pump there, and I want to test this one and see if this is any better. But to be honest with you, a lot of this Chinese stuff is hit and miss whether it works or not. So we've got 3 in there that don't work. You're talking what, 60 quid here, maybe 75 quid, because I think I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pumps, and it seems only one is working out of them. So that's how it's functioning at the moment, this little water feature that I've renovated. Let's see if we can get that working on this one. Okay, let's do that. Right guys, so what I've done here to get this up and running is I've attached this pump that's come out of this package here that comes with this little filtration system, which is not actually bad really for a little pond. If you want a bit of water trickling into a pond rather than the stream, it's not bad. But it would seem that not all these pumps are created equally, and some are more reliable than others, because as you can see, I've put that one in and that's working perfectly. Look at that. And there's a lot of water coming out of that one. You know what, I'm thinking I may buy some more of these ones then, because if I'm honest with you, the one I've got running on that isn't too great. So I'll tell you what we should do is, obviously you can see there's a lot of water coming off that solar panel. So I think what might be an idea is if we swap over the panel, swap over the pump that's from that filtration unit, and I'll put links in the description box guys if you want to have a look at these, and do remember to like the video and subscribe. I would appreciate that quite a lot. So obviously we can see this water feature is running really well with that new pump, and this one isn't doing that great. So what if we swap over the pump from that one to this one and see how it does? But at the moment that one is doing really well, and you can see big stream, and it's coming off this solar panel unit here, which is part of that package. So on this one that's running off that solar panel, I seem to have stopped running now. Oh, the sun's just gone behind the clouds. But if you look at this system here that's in place on this particular water feature, even though there's not a lot of light, it's still functioning, and the solar panel is maybe a little bit bigger in terms of area, but each panel is a bit smaller, so maybe you're getting a bit more juice out of that than you are out of that one. But in terms of reliability, they're just not reliable, these things, if I'm honest with you. So the best one out of the bunch that we've got here is the one that's come out of this package that I've shown you earlier, with a little filter system. These solar panel ones don't seem to be functioning at all. It's connected to these pumps in here. They're just not working. So the sun's out in full force and this is working alright, but unfortunately these, oh, this is really frustrating. Hit and miss, talk about hit and miss, you know. So the sun's just come out again. As you can see, that's working fine. These have stopped working now because I've got these pumps connected up to solar panels, but they're dead. Not working. Not working. Not working. Not working. Great. Right guys, I've got some prawns, and I thought it'd be interesting to treat fish with them. So let's see how they like this. You know, sometimes I think it's nice to treat the fish with some food. So let's just see what they make of this. Right, I thought I'd just show you the pump that comes with that filter system. So if I just get this, it feels a bit more denser than these ones, but they're about the same weight though. So that's the pump that comes with it. There's no writing on it to say anything about it really. And then obviously we've got this one with a little filter there on the end of it. Because if I take that off, I can do it one-handed, like so. That's the filter, and there's an impeller on there. If I take that off, I can do that one-handed. That's a bit of plastic that comes off. That's the impeller. Seems to go around freely, but I don't know what's going on with it. That's not working either. And then we've got this one as well. Again, that's not working. I don't know what's up with them. How about that? I've managed to get that working. I don't know what the hell is going on. You know, it's working now. Just something, I don't know what the hell's going on. Let me know what you guys think is going on. They seem to work, and then like I move the impeller a little bit and it starts going again. I don't know what's going on. So annoying. Right, we've got that one going again now. I don't know what is going on, guys. I'm lost for words. It seems if you mess about with the impeller a little bit, it starts to work. So it's connected to that one now, and it seems to be working on that one. Let's see if we can get the other one working now. Thought I'd just show you what's going on with the actual impeller there. Look at that. It's not going round freely. I don't know what the problem is. Right, we seem to have a bit more power through the solar panel over there, and it's starting to work now. I tell you what, they seem to be really temperamental, these things. I've had to clean it out and move the impeller a little bit. Maybe it was sticking in the plastic, I don't know. So now we've had the impellers actually working, I've reconnected. I'm just going to wait for some sunlight to come. It's really a bummer though, trying to do a video on this when there's no sun, you know. Look at that dark patch up there hiding the sun. So hopefully I can show you something when the sun comes back out. Thought I'd just show you the fish quickly. They have been eating that shrimp. There's a bit there. There was some at the bottom, but it's eating that. Right guys, I thought I could show you really quick. Look, we've got it working now. Look at that. I want to do this quickly before the sun goes. Look at that. Going full blast on that one as well. So we've managed to get this working. At long last. This is all I wanted to do, for God's sake. Didn't think it'd be so bloody hard. As for those pumps there, I'm going to send them back because they're useless. These ones seem to be alright doing the job on these solar panels here. So obviously the sun's facing the wrong way at the moment and it's sort of died down a bit. One pump certainly seems to be better than the other one though, because that one's still going. But saying that, this is angled at a steeper angle than this one is. So that might explain why one is producing more power than the other, possibly. So I hope you found this video informative. I think when it comes to these solar pumps, these cheap ones, it's hit and miss whether it works or not. So guys, that one's operational, because look what I've done here. That's working now, and it seems to me that when I get my screwdriver and unwedge the impeller, it'll start to work. So I don't know who's been constructing these, but they're not that well made. But I don't know, those solar panels seem to be doing alright now. So I thought I'd just show you what happens when the sun goes behind clouds. It basically slows it right down. So obviously there's no power going through it really. Right, so the one that belongs to that one, that comes with this little filter system. I've opened it up and it is shooting out some water, but the sun's gone right behind, but you can see it working there, can't you? So I don't know, it seems to me that the impellers, something's not quite right, and you need to get a screwdriver just to wedge the impeller to get them to work. So you may buy some of these and think they don't work. So that's what I've discovered, a way of fixing them. They always have like a cover on. That one's actually screwed on there, but most of them have like a plastic cover, it just slots on. And then just get a screwdriver in there and wedge it and sort of spin it a little bit, and it should come back to life. So, bit of an expensive do this, isn't it? Seems to be working a little bit, but that one seems to have a bit of a problem. And what I've noticed is there's a piece of plastic in the manufacturer. I don't know if you can see this here, but there's two bits of plastic there and there that impeding the flow. So if I was to get a file out and grind that down, it might help. So let me just show you what I've done here. I don't know if you can see here, but I've basically got a screwdriver and I've basically pulled out some plastic wedges that were in there, raised, and I think it was impeding on the impeller. So, you know, I've got rid of that, and it's probably a defect in the manufacturer of these, and hopefully that should perform a lot better. If you can see the raised little piece of plastic around the pipe area there, I believe that's interfering with the impeller. So if you get a sharp screwdriver or something sharp, cut that out. It should stop the impeller being impeded when it's going around, because I think that's what's happening here. I think it's getting jammed. So there you go. That was blasting out again. And I think those little tiny pieces of plastic was impeding on the impeller that I cut out with a sharp screwdriver. So I'll do the same on the other one, and hopefully we'll have two decent pumps then. So the sun's coming out now, and obviously they do tend to get some welly in terms of power when the sun comes out. Well, the sun's out now, and all three are going at full power. They just seem to be a bit temperamental at times. Sometimes you have to shake one of them just to get it to come to life. You know, it should be. Anyway, I'm going to call it a day. We've got these set up now with these solar panels. We sort of got these 3 pumps working, and I think we'll call it a day because we've got other things to do. But you know, I know this has been a really long video. You know, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. So guys, I thought this would be an interesting video just to share my experiences using the solar panelled mini pumps that you can buy off eBay for like 15 quid. I got some off Amazon for £17. I'll put everything in the link in the description box. So they do work. They just seemingly, for some reason, something's not quite right with them, and it means doing a bit of DIY on them to get them to work. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.